So then, with the Fang and Deng Deng being stolen, plus we have canine people from outside of the cage invading in a bid to rule and dethrone Baylord Yama. We now have the essence of betrayal within Yama's ranks to contend with as well. But for me personally, it was Khun Aguero Ages who stole the spotlight throughout this arc. Hello everyone, welcome to the Enemy's Ilya, and today let's talk all things stealing the Fang from the Tower of God Webtoon series, Season 3. Now this arc was jam-packed with a lot of information and betrayal within Baylord Yama's ranks. Plus we get a lot of new characters revealed and introduced, so let's start off with the topic of Khun Aguero Ages. Seeing Khun in action was brilliant. And there was something so satisfying seeing him hit Michael. Now, I know I've just realised that I've been saying this character's name completely wrong. I've been calling him Maple, so I do apologise about that. But we don't really need to stay on that topic. Khun showed a masterclass worth of skills when it comes to using his ice abilities. That I thought was pretty cool. Pun intended. And once again, we get another death scare for Khun's character. Blimey, they love to give them for him. But that flame creature that we saw in previous arcs returned and revived Khun, engulfing him within a sea of flames as he rose again to his feet. That segment was awesome. Now, of course, when it comes to Khun's actions within this arc, he was very quick on his feet at chasing his former team members and took very physical action, things that would somewhat seem out of character for our blue-headed protagonist. But then again, this just shows me as a reader how important he values the current situation and how badly the betrayal from Apple and Michael stung when it happened. He had all of his pent-up rage and resentment for those two, as well of course Rachel, but we know that already. But it just comes to show here, and I think that was quite powerful in of itself, showing that when Khun has a chance to break character and do something that deep down he really has been waiting to do, he does it without hesitation. And that I really dislike. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I've been loving Kuraka's involvement within the season so far, saying things like, I don't need allies, only troops that can fight for me. And pretending not to care about Bam. But why did he hack into Bam's pocket to eavesdrop on his conversations if he doesn't care? I see you there, Kuraka. At this point, I am just waiting for Kuraka to basically just say to Bam, it's not like I like you or anything, baka, while also blushing. Wait, can Kuraka even blush when he's got all that metal armor on? Oh well, answers on the postcard. At the beginning, I thought having Quadro and Chung appear was cool, but slightly irrelevant. Now, I'm man enough to admit I was wrong in that regard. They proved to be a useful source of information for our main heroes, filling them in on the invaders' plans, as they both seemingly were forced to work for them. They were doing this job so that they could gain their own freedom. Being that Chung was a banished canine person. That I would have never have guessed. That did take me by surprise, but I thought that was really cool, giving that character a bit more personality and a bit more kind of characteristics that would otherwise kind of help me remember him just that little bit more. Because I'm not going to lie, I forgot about these two characters before the previous arc. This encounter with them was not only a way to allow us to understand more of the situation relating to the coop within the cage, but also it gave us more information about Hats and Shibisu. As we know the Hats possesses the ability of Shinzu Boost, so that was something we didn't know, but we now can go forth with that information. Plus, we see a rare case of Shibisu being actively skilled when it comes to combat with his deadly kicks. I do forget that, but still pretty cool. With that being said, I don't think that Chang is actually dead. If anything, I think Quattro stepped in to protect him and got hit badly. Not killed, but just enough to get hit and grazed, causing that splatter of blood that we see in the panel. And the fact that there was shouting, and Quattro shouted, "Chung," was a way of basically him saying that he needed help in a panic and confused state. Hence to why there was question marks. I honestly don't see a point in introducing or reintroducing these characters if you're going to just kill them off straight away. I know you want to build more heat for this antagonist group that are coming in and invading, but I don't see a reason to kill them. Just yet, anyway. So then, it's a war zone now within the cage, as canine people from outside of the cage have now invaded and have started to attack the living residents. After all, the youngest brother of Yama has returned. Baylord Pool, a villain who has a seriously underwhelming name, but his skills are no laughing matter. After all, he was able to kill Khun in one shot. His goal is to use the Fang and Dang, who Paul keeps referring to as the Heart. So there's obviously going to be more important plot relevance for this character coming soon. However, I do feel sorry for this kid. After all, he's going to find out that his father isn't really his father, which is sure to cause him some traumatic distress in the future. But yes, the second in command of Yama's army, Gordo, is not who he seems. He is not the father of Dang, and he is also a traitor, making the enemy forces even more formidable / stronger. After all, no one but Yama was able to topple this character, making it a bit more threatening and frightful when looking at this antagonistic group that are trying to rule and take over the cage. Now, amidst the chaos within the cage, we see a lot of transformations from the canine people. Some look better than others, but it serves the purpose of giving these characters more of an identity and more personality / uniqueness, which is something that I do respect and really do like, because they are very creative designs and I want to see more of them. Honestly, I can't wait to see what Yama's transformation's like, if these are this good already. Now then, the character of Kanzon I thought showed a lot of personality, especially within the mental department, as he clearly has a lot of passion and resentment for Gordo, being that he's never been able to beat him in one-on-one combat, and now his daughter is being outclassed by Gordo's thought to be son Dang. That alone should have been a massive blow to his pride and to his mental focus, which is kind of evident by the fact that, you know, this character, although very close to Yama in terms of the rankings, was involved with the kidnap of Dang, who he knew Yama held very in high praise in terms of being the main attraction for the Canine 2 Festival. This character's reasoning, he wanted his daughter to become the main star of the 2 Festival. He obviously couldn't stand the fact that he was being outclassed by his own rival, and now his daughter, who I would imagine he has quite a lot of pride and love for, also is being outclassed by the supposed son of his rival. Like I said, that's got to hurt him in more ways than one. So then, let's talk about another character within Yama's ranks. Jordan. This character, who meets Bam, seems pretty simple and basic. He fits the typical fighter stereotype, as someone who loves to fight strong opponents, but isn't too smart when it comes to that side of things. Still though, I really do like his personality that he puts out on this arc, and the designs for his transformations were really cool and unique, and I love the fact that he has binding type of skills. Hopefully that gets implemented later on if we need to kind of contain someone. As for Bam, his panels of action were breathtaking to look at. Some of the best artwork I've seen throughout the Tower of God webtoon series, throughout its entirety, happened within this arc. In fact, this whole arc was full of amazing pieces of artwork, but most interestingly, I liked the student-master dynamic between Bam and Hong Sung-yu. That had a lot of good information with it, and explanation on how Bam's new way of using Shinzu was kind of taught to him and the importance of him using that type of style. Bam is able to absorb a lot of Shinzu. He's been highly blessed with the Shinzu gods, and as a result he can create this almost infinite loop of Shinzu that allows him to remain using this destructive power on a consistent and level basis for much longer. This I really liked, especially when you look at the fact is Bam's main goal at the minute is to gain allies and eventually rescue his master. And this skill, this way of using Shinzu that we see him do, that Hong Seung-yu taught him, is just one step in getting closer to being able to take down Caliban. We learn a few things about Ghost as well in this chapter, as he can use a range of techniques similar to the Shinzu Black Hole. Plus, he also has very fast regeneration. This makes him super strong and definitely someone to look out for as we go further up the tower. More and more. But yeah, honestly, I want to know more about Ghost. I want to see more interactions between Bam and Hong Seung-yu. And I just want to see more transformations because I think they just look stunning. So then, with the plan to revive the third brother who sleeps underneath the cage, grows closer and closer to its completion. Our main heroes are hot on their tails, doing everything they can to thwart their plans. Bam, would you be able to wake up Yama safely? Remember, once someone in the past woke Yama up early from his slumber, he destroyed half a building, and a lot of people died as collateral damage. This information helps to portray Yama more as this wild, untamable beast that should not be disturbed. Especially once you factor in the fact that no guards are needed on station when Yama is sleeping in his chambers, because his body senses danger and reacts accordingly. Now all of this information just helps to build up Yama's character, making him seem more and more impressive and giving us more substance to this Slayer. Overall, this arc was good. Not the best, but good in a way of setting up for future arcs, giving us the needed information to help progress the plot forward, while moving characters towards their correct side and positions. Like I said earlier, the art style was amazing. Some of the characters did outshine others, but at the same time I need more information about Paul, more actions from him to make me care / get interested about him. Because we had like a 2-minute like, whoa, who's this? What did you do to Khun? And, you know, after that, wasn't really interested. So hopefully we see more from Paul next time. But don't let that distract you from the amazing lore that was given about the cage and the canine people. Plus the world building throughout. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I really want to hear what you have to say about this arc. And, of course, make sure you're subscribed, because next time we are going to be going over the heart, Baylord Doom, wonder who that could be, and stealing the Fang Part 2. So, stay hyped, get interested for that, and of course, I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, hit like, I said comment already, subscribe, and share if you want to. But more importantly, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Alligator matane, goodbye.